What's going on, my boxing brothers and sisters? Another great edition of Major Key. We got a great interview right now, man. Man, we keep trying to tell y'all, man. We trying to deal with nothing but legends out here, man. Nothing but legends, man. And this man right here, if you don't know who he is, man, you must have been living under a rock during this era, man. Because you know what I'm saying. My man right here, great welterweight, made a lot of noise back in the 90s. You know what I'm saying, and even late 80s, but you know, a lot of 90s stuff going on. You know, you're gonna hear some names as we discuss the gentleman's career that you're probably gonna say, wow, he was in the ring with that person, yeah, and did you know he knocked him out too? You know, so we're gonna get into all of that. But without further ado, let me go ahead and introduce Mr. Aaron Superman Davis. What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, nothing much, man. Just hanging in there.
That's what's up. That's what's up. It's a pleasure to speak to a legend like yourself, especially one from the Bronx. Much appreciate your time. You know, and yo, we can get the ball rolling right now, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So first and foremost, for the folks that don't know who you are, okay, like I was saying earlier, man, what we try to do here, we try to educate a lot of these guys that don't know about the legends. Try to give you a platform so people can kind of, you know, understand what it was like, the difference in the nature of boxing back then and what it's like right now. So the only way that they know that is by speaking to these legends. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, please go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people what got you into boxing, you know, and what makes you.
Well, my family was boxing. Mostly everybody in my family, and my father. And I used to go to the gym when I was a kid and watch people in my family train, and then I started training. That's how I got into boxing.
Okay, so so you got into boxing because of your family, all right, and what made you continue? Like, what gave you the drive to continue boxing and to do what you did in boxing?
Well, it's just something I just really just used to like boxing, like fighting. I used to get into fights when I was a kid, a lot of fights. You know how kids are. And I played baseball too back then. But you know, boxing was a one man sport, and I just like to win. I always like to win.
Okay, so competitive nature. So it's definitely
Yeah.
a competitive sport. Absolutely. All right, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and start passing it around the panel. Like I said, I've been a little bit under the weather, but I want everybody to make sure they get their questions in. So let me go ahead and pass it around.
Yeah.
I got it. All right, Aaron.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
AK, what's up? AKA Superman.
What's up?
How?
What's going on?
Yeah, I'm guessing that you were big fans of Superman as a youngster, man. Is how you came up with that name?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. But look, tell us about your fight with Mark Breland. You know I was gonna lead with that, man. You know that was really big for me coming from the Bronx. You know that was a big rivalry between Bronx and Brooklyn back in the day. So yeah. Now I don't know if I heard it right when I was listening to it on the TV. Did you say that you trained like 2 weeks for Mark Breland, or how long did you train for that fight?
No, I was in camp for that fight. I trained for a while for that fight.
Okay, yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
nah, I trained for that fight. I was in camp for that fight. You know, it was a fight that I wanted. I used to look up to Breeden, and you know, I don't know if he remember. I see him. We talk. We saw. He's a good dude. Mark's a great guy, but we used to talk and what's up. When I see him, I'll be like, yo, because I was a fan of his, man. And a lot of people used to throw stuff in the air like, oh, that kid Aaron Davis will beat you. He'll do this and that. So I don't know. Maybe it got to him one day. Then one day I seen him and I was like, yo, Mark, how you doing? And he like looked and turned his head. And that's what made me want to fight him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now tell me this. How in the world did you see to throw that overhand right with your eyes shut up like that, man?
Well,
Woo.
I had my other eye. I could see out my other eye straight ahead. It wasn't a problem. But that's one thing we've been working on in the gym. We've been working on leaning it over to the left with the right hand. I hit him a couple of times within the fight, but I didn't hit him flush like that. But then at that time, he was walking in. I was throwing my right hand, and I think he was about to throw his right hand, and I caught him. Mine's got there first, and I caught him.
Yeah, you did. Now, you mentioned his right hand. This is my last question before I pass it to Mark Nash. Now, you mentioned his right hand. He was known for his right hand power.
Yeah, he
What
could
was that
punch.
like?
His right hand felt like it was like a sharp, it was like he was stabbing me with it. Like he stabbed me in my eye, like with something like a rock. Like his right hand was hard, and he had a hard jab too. And it was like he just was like, just hitting me. It was like a rock, like he had something in his glove. He just was a hard puncher. Mark is a hard hitter. He's sharp. His punch is sharp. And he don't stop right here when he jab. He goes through you with the jab, which fighters don't do today.
Nah, that's absolutely true. Absolutely true. Because I watched that fight, man. I was like, woo. But yeah, I'm gonna pass you on to brother Mark Nash, man. I know he has some questions for you also.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
good talking to you.
You too, brother.
Hey, good evening, champ. How you feel?
I'm all right. How's everything with you?
Man, God is good, man. I can't complain, and if so, who would I complain to, right?
Yeah,
Hey, hey, look, man. Thank you again for your time. I want to lead with my first question, segueing off of the Mark Breland question. As you know, Mark Breland used to train Wilder, and allegations were spewed after that fight about he possibly might have spiked the water. As somebody who has a lot of respect for Mark Breland, and you actually fought him, you beat him. What do you think of those allegations? Because you actually said it felt like he had something in his glove. I remember hearing Wilder saying Fury might have had something in his glove. The glove might have been slid off, suit too heavy. What do you say when you hear those kind of things? As somebody,
Mark did have something in his gloves. He had his fists in them gloves. Mark was just a sharp, hard puncher. It's like he stabbed you. Dang, dang, dang. He was a hard puncher. He knew how to punch. He knew how to go through you. Them allegations are crazy, first of all. I don't think Fury had anything in his gloves, because the way commission check gloves, it's impossible. Like when you're in the room, they have somebody else in the room with you when you putting on you wrapping your hands. Your coach is there, he's watching. After they wrap your hands, the commissioner sign off on them. Once the commissioner sign off on them, he's still in the room with you. Now, once he put the gloves on you, he tape it and he signs off on it. When you get in the ring, he's in the ring. He look at him before the fight, where he signed his initials each time on tape. Unless somebody can forge his stuff like that, I don't know. I think Wilder lost the fight. I think he probably was he just lost the fight. I think he got hit in the back of the ear. Now, I was saying to myself, all the allegations he made, that's fucked up. Breeden saved his life. We don't know what could have happened if Breeden didn't stop that fight. Breeden saved his life. Anything could have happened. He could have lost the eardrum. He could have lost the eye. He could have lost anything, But he just got beat up that fight. Do I think he's going to do good this fight? You know what? I was thinking this about him. I said, this next fight he's fighting in. I just thought about this last. I said, Fury's gonna get him. Fury's gonna get him. Then I start thinking, I'm like, hold up. He hit Wilder in back of his ear. Wilder got hit in back of the ear. His equilibrium was all fucked up the whole fight. After the second round, he was done. He was done. There's no way Wilder was supposed to be on his feet. He was falling all over the place. He was fucked up. That happened to me my last fight with Ross Thompson, but I didn't lose the fight. I won the fight, but he hit me in the second round in back of my ear, and my equilibrium was fucked up the whole fight. So I know how that is. But Wilder was different. I believe he was bleeding out his ear. That's worse. I don't know how he did it. So what I'm trying to say is, I think Wilder's going to get him, because if he couldn't get Wilder out of there when he was damn near badly walking, he couldn't stand up, and then we don't know what Fury has done to his body. What is he has done, because he's been on drugs most of we don't know if he's going to train like he usually trained for this fight, but Wilder's really training. I heard Wilder put 20 more pounds on. I think it's going to be a good fight. What do you think about it?
Oh man, shoot, you're the expert. Don't try to interview me, Mr. Aaron.
No,
We're trying to interview you.
but
But
I
no,
don't think.
I believe Wilder is gonna be better than he was, and I believe he was too confident probably that second fight because he dropped the guy twice the first time. So
Yeah,
I'm sure you're gonna go in that fight really confident the second time. He was joking, doing the sniff thing about Fury snorting in the second fight, and Fury was serious. And this third press
yeah,
conference, he's been very quiet, very subdued.
yeah,
And then we see Fury coming in with his shirt off, playing and stuff. So, and
yeah.
I don't know how serious Fury is taking the fight. So I think Wilder's definitely going to do better. My next question for you before I pass off to Coach Malachi, what was you fought everybody, man? For the most part, when you was fighting, who would fight you back then? We didn't have a super WBA champ. We only had a regular champ, right?
Yeah.
And
No,
Ashley
we had
wasn't
a
even
super.
Ashley
It
wasn't
came
even a
out.
regular. You were
Yeah,
just the champ.
yeah.
So how do you feel about all the belts now? Because some guys have the WBA belt that you once held, and people are saying, "Nah, you ain't no real champ. It's a
Nah,
super champ now." How do you feel
yeah.
about that?
What they doing? They just making fucking belts like crazy. They just it's crazy. Like they just making. They might have WBA might have about 4 or 5 different world champions now. It's fucking crazy. You know, I think it's the WBA. I don't know what the IBF is doing, but they just giving away belts right now. It's more money for the federation, for the boxing. So they just making belts, super champ, common champ, all kind of crazy shit. You know, but I think it should just be. I think it should just be 3 belts. That like it was. I don't think it should have been 1. It should have been 2 because then a lot of people never get a chance to fight for the world title. You know what I'm saying? But I think it should have just stayed the regular way. Now guys are fighting for the title. It's so easy to fight for a title now, man. It's like people getting world title shots like nothing today. Like all you gotta do is really be with the right promoter. You know, you go to Mexico, you fight 20 bums, you get raided. Which is fucked up. You fight it. Everybody's getting really built up now. Back then, when I was fighting, I might have fought a guy with a fucked up record. He was a bum considered, but these guys were really fighters, man. These guys were really fighters. And then at one point they learned how to fight. Like look at the guy Freddie Pennington. Y'all remember Freddie Pennington? Anybody y'all know him?
Yeah.
Yo, he had a bunch of losses, came back, started knocking everybody out, and then he became world champion. He was a good fighter. He learned how to fight over the period of boxing. It wasn't like now today you can go here and get a fight and here get a bum here. It wasn't like that. We didn't really have internet. There was a book that came out. It was a boxing book that came out once a year, and it has people records in it, who you fought, how you fought. It's not like it was. You can look online. You can go to Box Rec. We didn't have all that shit. So you had to fight. Like you might fight a guy that was 0-4, but he might have fought Olympic champion. He might have fought a Mexican champion. He fought all guys over his head. But as he fought, he kept learning how to fight, and he's gotten better. But today, it's like if you with the right promoter, he's putting you in with the right fight, and they just giving away world titles now. They just they get a belt vacant, and the promoter say, okay, I'm gonna put you with this guy, and you're gonna this guy's number 1, you number 2. I don't know how they do it, and they do it that way. Down they used to do it to. I seen it happen to a lot of Caucasians years ago. I'm not gonna say no names, but I seen they used to do that with the Caucasians a long time ago. They said a vacant belt, make that Caucasian number 1, throw him in the mix. With an easy world title. Or if a guy was a guy won the title by luck and he wasn't that good, he got a lucky punch and he won the fight, they'd throw a Caucasian number 2 or number 1 in the world and put him in with that guy. And that's what they're doing now. Hello?
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna pass it off to Coach Malachi. I don't want to hog the mic, but I'm gonna write down my next question because you definitely gave me about 2 or 3 with that one. Go ahead, Coach.
Yeah, we got Coach coming in, brother. Salute to you. And then after that, Shadow Ghost.
And what's good, brother? This is Coach Malachi Williams of New Media Today, USA Boxing. How you feeling, brother?
I'm all right, brother. How's everything?
Everything's fine. I just have a couple of questions for you. This is the Mark Breland question because I know you fought him and you did damn good against him. How was you able to figure Mark Breland out? Just him coming out. He was probably one of the best Olympic fighters that our country has produced. Like, what was your mindset, your mentality going into that fight? against Mark Breland?
My mindset was to just fight him. I knew that I couldn't box him because he's a professional boxer. He can box. You can't. And I knew that I wasn't going to just go straight at him because or run from him, because if I run from him, he's going to hunt me down. That's what he do. So I knew I had to go side to side, and I had to fight him. I had to get rough. I had to make the fight look ugly. I had to make the fight look ugly. It couldn't have been a pretty fight. I had to make it look like a Mayweather Madonna fight. Like, just fight him. It was, I knew it wasn't, and that's the way I trained for that fight. There was no pretty stuff. I had to do the Iran Barkley. Like, you just got to fight. You understand? Certain guys just got so much talent that you just got to take them out. You got to take their talent away from them. You have to fight them. You have to do things that you watch their fights, that they never been in predicament. They never was like in something where they had to fight. And now I wasn't saying Breeden wasn't scared. He was in shape. He was in shape for me. He wanted to fight me. One person he rather not lose to was me. We both was from the same city, same, and same state. And it was like he could lose to anybody, but he wasn't gonna lose to me. And that's the same way I felt. I was not losing to him, because we both from New York, and that's what it was boiled down to. He was willing to die in there, and I was willing to die in there.
Yes, sir. And I have two more questions. So as it relates to Mark Breland's, and I'm going to ask another question. As it relates to Mark Breland's reputation, I've asked Tommy Brooks this, Hasim Rahman this, several people who know Mark Breland. Does he have a bad reputation in the sport of boxing for spiking his fighters' water, being envious or jealous of his fighters, wanting to see the other fighter win over his fighter? Do you know anything about any of those things?
Never heard of nothing like that. As far as I know, Breeden is a good guy. Breeden is a nice guy. He would never do no crazy shit like that. Breeden, he's a great guy. Why would he want to do something like that? What benefits him? Like, out of his fighter losing? He see his fighter getting clobbered upside the head, and he's like, I'm stopping this shit. Like I said, if it wasn't for him, he'd probably be dead right now. Who knows? Right.
Yes, sir. And I have another question. My other question is this: when you guys fought, it wasn't a lot of the I'm not saying it wasn't any politics the way it is now, but you just mentioned about the way the sport of boxing is. You have 1 million belts. It's very easy for certain fighters to get title shots. You have the WBA regular, the WBA super. In the junior welterweight division, you have Josh Taylor. He is recognized as the undisputed champion. He has all of the major belts. But then Tank Davis, he's recognized as the champion now. He has a WBA regular. So how do you see something like that? Do you feel like the politics of boxing is a lot more political than it was when you were fighting, or is it the same, or how do you view that?
No, I don't think. I just think that it's so easy right now to get a world title, and these guys, everything's about money now. As you see, it's entertainment. To me, it's entertainment. Promoters, they say, listen, this fight sells, we're gonna put this show on. It's a show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that, boxing. Now I'm gonna say something, and I'm not hating on nobody. I love Mayweather. Mayweather's a great fighter. It's just that really everybody wants to fight like Mayweather. You understand? And there's really no trainers out here. Everybody fights the same. If you watch, almost everybody does this, that, the Mayweather style. Mostly all fighters, they do the same thing. And I think the media likes that. You got the media that builds up everything now, and the media is watching a guy train. I've seen you could take a bum, and you can give him a few.
He'll be back. He just froze for a second.
Fights, and you can put them online and those spar bums and put.
All right. So hey, when he comes back, we got to move it forward to Shadow Ghost because his time is limited. As far as Anthony Davis, his time is limited. So we're gonna move it along so at least everybody get a final question in after that.
Aaron Davis.
Aaron Davis. You said Anthony Davis.
You messing up again.
Nah, bro.
I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
I'm over here reading my people texting me. As a matter of fact, you the damn one that just texted me. You want me to show it?
No, don't do that. I'm embarrassed.
Hey,
Right,
just don't say that. Just don't say that he threw the belt in the garbage.
Hello? Sorry about that. I got
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, it's okay. We're gonna move right along. I got 2 quick questions for you. First, number one, thank you, man. I appreciate anybody that has fought for us as boxing fans for our entertainment, man. So thank you for taking your time out, and for the people that are in the chat and people that are watching this, I really appreciate it. I didn't realize that you fought Simon Brown, and I worked with Simon Brown. He's a real nice guy, man. And
Yeah, great guy. I didn't even want to fight him.
Yeah, I was just about, bro. You took it right out of me, bro. Look, when I speak with Simon, right, I'm like, it's crazy because you see the fight that he had with Terry Norris. He was like a vicious guy in the ring or whatever, but like in person, you're like, bro, why would you even want to fight this guy? And I was wondering how was it like fighting him? Like, were you guys friends or like, and how was that fight?
Well, I was a little younger than Simon Brown. He used to come to New York, him and Maurice Blocker. And I used to spar with them sometime,
Mm-hmm.
And they were good guys, man. Great. They were cool, man. We used to talk, and we sparred around a lot. Maurice Blocker, he beat me up, I was young though. But I was young when I used to box both of them, but he beat me up, but he got the best of me. But they used to train in Gleason's. They come all the way from where they lived at, with Maryland or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
When they asked me to fight him, and I was like, no, I'm not fighting him. I said, I know him. He's a good dude. I don't want to fight him. And they was like, they played this little game, and they was like, yo, look, he signed the contract right here. He said he wants to fight you. And I'm like, yeah. He said that he wants to fight you. He gonna fuck you up. And I'm like, fuck it then. Fuck it. I'll fight him.
Yeah,
then my promoter's like, what, you scared? You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yeah, no, I hear you. They tried to play that game.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
Hold on, I can't.
You might have to log off and come back in, Aaron. I like him, man. He gets straight to the point.
Yeah, he does get straight to the point.
Yeah, he should be coming back in a little bit.
Why Coach Malachi smirking over there, man?
Nah,
he got some up his sleeve. He got some up his sleeve.
Nah, I got a little rabbit. It's a little rabbit out here.
Okay.
So that was like a smile of adoration for the little bunny.
Yeah, this rabbit is
playing with bunnies.
Yeah, these rabbits is something else, man. They very destructive, bro. They would tear your house up.
How many you got?
I only have one. Yeah, I don't want no more than one because they're destructive. It's my kid's rabbit, but they chew up everything, man. Like
shoes.
I'm on the patio right now. He's fine out here, but they chew up everything, bro. You can't let them loose in the house.
Yeah.
He was talking about kids. He's like, so how many you got? How many boys? How many girls?
You gotta keep them away from the neighborhood cats too. Them cats will get them.
Yeah, I think Hippie on his own though. He can fight.
How you keep the rabbit from running away if you got it on the patio? It don't want to just run off in the woods and go find.
He's domestic. He's domesticated. He's not going anywhere.
All right, let me go ahead and reach out to him.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I mean, we kind of reached the time limit anyway, to be honest with you. So if he doesn't come back, I completely understand. He said he needed to get back in the gym. That's why I was trying to make sure everybody got their last questions in. You know what I'm saying?
Got through jogging, so I'm like, damn, I gotta log in.
Yeah, man, we're gonna have to get brother Aaron back, man. We got to get him back, man. We're gonna have to do this again, man, because he got a lot of
he's
stories.
running the gym, so he's probably got people sparring right now or doing certain routines or something like that. Meanwhile, Guido's asking, is this the rabbit show? No, it's not the rabbit show, Guido.
Bro. But yeah, definitely, man. I know we were limited on time today, but man, We definitely got to get him back up here to tell us some more stories and just talk to us about boxing in general. That question you were asking me the other day, this might be the one for me too. Might have to switch one of those names out with this, man, because wow, super candid, straightforward. He has stories. He's been there. He's done it. He's been on that side of the ropes, and then he's coaching and running a gym, which is not an easy task.
He's back. There we go. He's back.
Hey, how you doing?
You said Simon Brown. He has a gym now.
Yeah. Actually, he lives. Matter of fact, I found out he's like a half a mile from where I live. I worked with him, right? And then I didn't see him for a couple years. Then I linked up with these guys. This is how small the world is, right? I worked with him for about a couple of months, right? And then when I found out who he was, they took me off. They switched me off a shift because they were like, "Oh no, this guy's gonna bother this guy." I was asking him every day about boxing, bro, because I'm a huge boxing fan. Then I left and I moved, and then I found out that he's only like a half a mile. His gym is like a half a mile from me, so that's why. Yeah. So I heard you was like at the part where you said the promoter was making you like, "Oh, so you scared? So you scared? You making it seem like you scared, right?" It tried to play that mind game with you, right?
Yeah. So I said, yeah, I'll fight him. You know, we know the crazy thing about it. We fought. I think I got cut. I think he got a little cut, and we both had to go to the hospital. Man, we sitting up there because we had to. You know, the commission takes you there. You know, it's like I was like, yo, man, you know, good fight. You know, blah blah. You know, it was kind of sad for me because I really didn't want to fight him. You know, I fight anybody. I always want to fight anybody else, but he was just one of the nicest fucking guys, man.
Yeah,
nice guy.
Yeah. He was a nice guy, man. When I talked to him, he just seemed like like he's known me for a while. Hey, look, my second question, because I know you're short on time. I ask everyone this, man. I don't know why. It's something that I always just ask, and it's just I always think about it. So you've made weight, right? You've went to training camp and you've made weight. You stepped on the scale, and the fight is the next day. What do fighters usually eat that night? I've heard all types of shit. I've heard spaghetti. I've heard all, some people say, "Oh, I don't like this because it's got too much grease." Some people say, "I only want this." Well, what would you eat to put back in your body so you can get ready for the next day, or even eat on the day?
Now, you know what? The day before the fight, I had like a piece of steak and spaghetti or something like that. I've just never had a weight problem until later in my career when I had long layoffs and I didn't fight, but I would just eat something like I eat rice, like a carb, spaghetti, and some meat, fish or steak or something like that. Back then when I used to eat meat, and that was pretty much it. I just really never had a weight problem when I was fighting.
Oh, just real quick, just to hop off that. So how do you eat? Like, do fighters eat like about a couple hours before the fight or something? Like, because I always think of that. Like, do you have food in your stomach? If you get hit in the stomach, you know what I mean? Like, so how often do you eat before you get into the ring?
Like if I knew I was fighting like 8 o'clock that night,
I
might have something about 4 o'clock before I go to the place.
So you want to make sure. You want to make sure. You want to make sure it's out.
I know. Yeah, I know I was going to digest in like an hour and 45 minutes, an hour, so I was good. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right, bro. So you guys are coaching out of a different gym? What gym you guys are coaching?
No, I'm not coaching. Simon Brown just has a gym next to me. I didn't realize that he's so close to me. He's about half a mile. It's called Simon Brown's Gym in Hagerstown, Maryland.
Yeah.
He's got his own gym.
I'm gonna sneak down there one day. I'm just gonna pop up at his gym, see if you remember. I hit him up on Facebook about 4 years ago. I was like, oh shit. About 4 years ago. And I hit him up, yo, what's going on, man? And he was like, yo, I'm all right. We was talking,
Yeah,
but
he's about to have. It's called Simon. So it's not hard to find. It's his name, Simon Brown's Gym, Hagerstown, Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, man. Cool. Well, I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and let everybody know where they can follow you if they're in the Bronx or they need to go to a gym. You know what I'm saying? Where they can check you out, all that stuff, and then if everybody could just get their final thoughts and plug their own channels as well, then we could go ahead and wrap it up. I know you've been generous with your time due to the technical difficulties, so we do appreciate you, brother.
One more thing before then, who do y'all think is going to win the fight between Wilder and Fury?
I think Fury is going to win.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that Fury is gonna do just real quick. We just said it real quick, and I'm gonna just get it out the way. I think he's gonna punch, clinch, put his weight on him, punch, clinch, put his weight on him, punch, clinch, smother him, put his weight on him, and I think that's what I really think that's what a lot of. If you look at the second fight, that's a lot what he did. He grappled. His jab was fucking him up. The jab, number one. But also, every time he got close, he grabbed him and he started leaning on him. You saw that throughout the whole fight, and that took a toll on him. But, you know, Wilder's been training the whole year. As long as he's got that right hand, you know, he's always in the fight.
Yeah.
And I also think the feints were draining powers. Like, you know, Wilder's not. He never had to do that. He never had to worry that much, and he just kept them off balance, worrying because of all the feints and the tap, boom, 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 and then lean on him, and then back up and tap and feint and move over here. You know, he never had to worry about that. So if he does it again, man, you know.
I just figured that out the other day. That Wilder, that Fury throws a lot of feints. I didn't realize that until the other day. Yeah. Like last Friday, I was like watching him, and I'm like, he's throwing feints, and he's like, and that fucks people up.
Yeah.
Aaron.
Yeah.
I think that Wilder already won this fight without stepping into the ring or throwing a punch. I think this is WWE at its finest, and they're just setting up for the fourth fight. I really don't give a damn who wins at this point, but that's how I feel about it, though.
Yeah. I think Wilder's going to get him, man. I'm telling you. Like the other guy, you know, they got a guy out here, Edgar something. You know, talking about he's knocking everybody out.
Oh, Edgar Berlanga?
Yeah. What you guys think about him?
I like Edgar. I saw him get dropped by Lubin though in that sparring with big gloves and headgear on, and I kind of looked at him a little bit differently after that because he got Erickson Lubin dropped him. I don't know if you saw that footage, Coach, no. But it's footage going around before Lubin's last fight against Jason Rosario. It was footage going around of him dropping badly too. He dropped him badly. So I'm like, yo, you got dropped with big gloves, headgear, and his coach had to get on him, tell him like, hey, you here to work to do something. And I'm like, whoa. So I kind of looked at him a little differently.
Was he fighting back?
I mean, yeah. he was trying to fight back, but like Coach Malachi said, maybe he thought he was just in there to not hurt Lubin. You know, sometimes you bring guys in there just to get some work in, but hey, don't hurt the guy. He has a pay-per-view fight coming up this weekend.
Yeah,
but to answer your question though, I think you might be on to something with the Wilder thing. Like I said before, I think Fury had something to prove in that second fight, and he might be coming in here too confident. That press conference, he said something I thought was telling. He was like, I just don't think he can do better than the first time. And I mean, I might be wrong, but if so, who cares? I mean, or it doesn't matter or something. Well, it does matter. Or he said something like to the degree of, I ain't got nothing to lose or I don't care or something. I'm like, that's the wrong mentality because you got better within that fight from the first fight to the second fight. Why this guy can't get better from the second to the third fight? I didn't like all the joking around and coming with the shirt off, playing behind people's head and dancing. I'm like, no, he might not be focused. He was like, he took the mic. He said, good morning, or well, I don't know what time it is. You don't know what time it is? You should know what time it is at this press conference. So he just don't think he had that same suit on that I seen him on for like the last couple of weeks. I'm like, this dude been out partying. His dad don't have confidence in him. So I don't know, man. I think Wilder's gonna win because I think he's gonna catch him. I think he's gonna be more focused. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fury does what he does because I think he has more tools in the toolbox. But I wouldn't be surprised if Fury pulls it off. But I do think Wilder's gonna win though. Am I gonna bet? Nope.
Yeah,
I'm not betting on it though, Aaron.
Nah, and no, Aaron. Before we jump off here, I don't know how often you see brother, Edgar Berlanga. You ever see him?
No, I never seen him. No.
Oh, okay, good. Because I was gonna tell you to pass my number on to him so we get him on the show. But okay, but yeah, but you have a social media home here, man. So, and I know you're training fighters, so anytime you want to come back. Come back and promote your fighters or just promote what you're doing. If you have a charity or something like that, all you got to do is reach out and we'll definitely have you on again. All right. And I'll see you Saturday too. Yeah, Saturday. I'm going to be up at City Island Saturday with y'all.
He dropped off. Coach Malachi didn't get to answer that, but that question he asked too.
It's fine. I don't need to. I'm fine.
Coach Malachi said, "I got this."
We already know Coach got Tyson Fury in that one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but Aaron didn't know. You got him on between the 8th and the 11th, right, Coach?
yeah, between the 9th and 11th round.
9th and 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like I said, I'm not. Look, am I gonna bet on it? Nope. This fight can go either way, man. To me, it's a 50-50 fight.
Man, you know what I should have asked him? Shit. Because of sparring, you know how? Because all these new guys, all these new boxers, like they like to put out these little sparring clips and shit like that and all that stuff. And I was gonna ask him, how serious do you like? Because I don't know. I've always looked at it like if a person, because I've seen fighters like they let these clips out like, oh look, I got the better of you in sparring, right? But then I'm like, when you look at it, sparring is sparring, and the other person could be in better shape than you. And you just don't know the mindset of the other person. The other person could not be taking it's sparring. So number one, you know not to go 100%. But then again, you could never trust the other person. The other person could be going 100%. So is that's why they say sparring is never a real fight, because a real fight, you letting it all go. In sparring, you gotta hold back, but you never know how much the other person is holding back. So and then you don't know if you're in better shape, and sometimes you're helping him, preparing him, like you said, Mark, for a fight. So it's like, how much do you really feed into that? I don't really feed. It's like with the Tiafimo thing. It's like, I don't know if I really. I mean, I forgot who it was, bro. I saw an interview where a fighter says, "Hey, man, he's seen a lot of fighters get dropped in sparring." I was gonna ask him how it was, and also that, and the fact that how does he feel about fighters that release clips about sparring?
Right.
Yeah, good
Yo, let's
question,
go around
bro.
the panel, man. Go ahead, Coach. My bad. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, no, my phone going dead. I just want to let you guys know I'm checking out. So,
Yeah. So you be the first one then. Yeah.
all right, but listen, man, this is Coach Malachi Williams, man. Y'all, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, New Media Today USA Boxing. We on 6 days a week, Sundays through Friday, from 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to 5 o'clock, and reporting live from the MIA. Other than that, guys, that's it.
Appreciate you being here, brother. Everybody go support
Appreciate you, Coach.
Malachi here.
All right,
Much respect, Coach. Much respect.
Boxing. Shout
All
out
right,
to Mark Nash. Shout out to Shadow Ghost. Shout out to Troy. And now I was gonna say something smart, but that's okay. Peace, man. Peace.
I'm reading your brain, bro. Don't even do it. Hey, go ahead. Go ahead, Mark or Shadow. Let people know where to find y'all.
Yeah, Shadow Ghost 81. And I don't go live as much, but I'm gonna start going live in a couple. I think in about a month or two. I'm gonna start as it picks up. I went live today, but I'm gonna start finding a day that I want to go on live. But I drop videos a lot. I mean, you could just go on my channel. I'm dropping videos every other day. So, but I'm talking about the lives though. Shadow Ghost 81.
No doubt. Everybody show some support. Go subscribe there. You know what I'm saying? Mark.
Yeah. What's popping? Yo, what's happening? It's your man, Mark Nash. You already know Breaking the Beats, where we break down business, entertainment, art, technology, sports, and anything else I or you feel like talking about. We go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Unless Major Key got something going on Monday, you'll see me over here supporting my brother over here, and I'll just push my show back a little bit. And we'll do the after party over there, because I definitely believe in unity. We can't do nothing without you and I, right? So I just wish you guys nothing but the best. I will go live tonight at 10 o'clock. And yeah, man, I can't wait to see you guys over there. We got a great show planned for y'all. It's gonna be controversial. It's gonna raise some eyebrows. Some people ain't gonna like it, but hey, man, that's what it's all about: splitting the room up, polarity, and I'm having a good conversation, open dialogue, open discussion, open channel, open panel. And long as we keep it respectful, we can come back and do it again, baby. It's your boy Mark Nash, Breaking Beats. I see y'all at 10 o'clock. Thank you, Major Key, for all the love and support, my G.
Yes, sir. Everybody show some support. Show up over there at 10 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? We appreciate you being over here as well, brother. Now, Troy, any final words?
Just thank everybody for coming out, man. Everybody that came on the panel, everybody that was in the chat room, everybody that keeps supporting. We definitely appreciate you. We're growing and we're going somewhere. Just stick and stay, because you're gonna be right along with us, baby. You're gonna be right along with us.
Oh yeah, man. All right, man. Well, as always, man, we appreciate you. We'll be back here as a matter of fact Friday. Another interview. We're not gonna drop a name just yet, but we already know is locked in. Another great legend. So stay tuned. Look out for the notification and come up show some support. Again, you know what I mean? If you want to donate to the channel, Cash App, $ Major Key Boxing to support for equipment and you know, lining up these interviews. Otherwise, love y'all. Have a great Wednesday. It's raining out here. I'm gonna get my ass to sleep, man. So peace.
Peace.
All right.